Hey Bikeaholics, Ryan Urlacher here, lawabidingbiker.com. Thanks for checking back in. That's right, completely free video by bikers for bikers for you guys on how to get in there, get in your primary, and remove, replace, and or inspect that primary chain tensioner. With that said, let's get wrenching, let's get our hands dirty, huh? Before we get our hands dirty, don't forget to check out all our free videos to help bikers out there on our YouTube channel and over on our website. All right, and with a T25, we're gonna get started here, and he's got 5 of these T25 bolts that he's going to back out of this clutch inspection cover. All right, he's got his last one there, backing out. We'll set this aside. We're going to have to drain the oil out of this primary is why we're taking that off. All right, and with the 5/8 socket, he's just taking the primary oil drain plug off. Got the oil pan underneath, as you can see. All right, and he's draining it. He'll inspect his O-ring. There's a little O-ring on there. If it's damaged, do a new one. If not, you can reuse it. All right, and we're removing the rider foot pegs now. You can see he's pointing at them there. It's a 5/16 inch Allen is what he's using. There's just 2 of them there. We'll get that up out of the way because we're going to need it out of the way to get this inner primary cover off, or the outer primary cover, I should say. All right, and you got the second one backed out there. It's out of our way. All right, we're going to remove the stock shifter here. And it's just a 1/2 inch. Kind of clamps right on the shaft there. The way to get these off is just kind of rock it back and forth a bit. Get it off the splines there. So now we're just going to go around and remove this outer primary. It's a 3/16 inch hex head that he's using on a ratchet. And we got to go all the way around. There's a bunch of them. So these 4, he's going to point at where he took them out of there. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Those are going to be your long ones, guys. And just remember that. And then the rest of them are going to be short bolts. Already got his last bolt out of the outer primary. And if it's an older bike a little bit, it might be sealed a little bit. You might have to stick a screwdriver in between to crack it. But this is a pretty brand new bike, and so he's just taking it off. You're going to lose all your oil, so make sure you have your oil pan underneath. It's just a messy job every time we do this. There's no easy way to do it. And then if you have a nice oil pan like this, you can lay your outer primary right in there and let it drain and stuff. So there we go. So we're going to take the inner primary cover off, and we've got to remove everything here. And so step by step, he's just putting a trim tool is what that is. You can use anything. Giving himself a little space. The reason he's doing that is he's working a zip tie in there. And he's kind of snaking it around, and we're going to bring that zip tie around and tie this chain tensioner off. And the reason we want to tie it off, we'll show you, is because when we take it out, we don't want it to spring out. It'll be really hard to get back in. Hopefully you're enjoying the video. If you want to make sure that content and these free videos keep coming your way, there is a way you can support us. Head over to lawabidingbiker.com/Patreon, Patreon. The community is growing over there. We'd like to have you involved too. There's no risk over there. You can sign up for a certain level and pay a certain amount per piece of content with a cap. Absolutely no risk. There are some benefits over there. T-shirts and a private Facebook group and some premium content. All depends on what level you sign up as. But that is a way that you can assure the content keeps coming your way. lawabidingbiker.com/Patreon, Patreon. Of course, if you ever want to just leave a flat donation, we do accept that too and appreciate it. lawabidingbiker.com/donate. Don't forget to check out that weekly podcast, guys. It's on fire. A ton of content we're putting out. Get involved over there. It's the Law Abiding Biker Podcast. All right, let's get back into your video. See, he's bringing it around there, and we're just going to lock this thing in place, this chain tensioner, before we remove it. So that's a little trick to that. And then he can remove his trim tool out of there. And then we only put that in there so we could have a little space to get that zip tie in. All right, and there's 2 bolts right there. They're 1/2 inch. You just got a 1/2 inch ratchet wrench for your chain tensioner. And that's the only 2 bolts holding that chain tensioner in. All right, so he got both bolts out there, the chain tensioner, and it pretty much just fell right out. It's pretty easy coming out. So real quick, this is your chain tensioner. And you can look, if you have an older bike, just look at this top plastic piece for excessive wear and stuff. You could certainly be a good time to replace it if you wanted. It's an auto adjuster. This is a pretty new bike, but they'll last. The Harleys nowadays will last a long, long time. You really don't have to worry about it, but you can at least inspect it. You can, if you did accidentally not do a zip tie or something, you could. We're not going to show you, but you can actually with your hand clamp it back down and stuff. You could still get it in there. Just the zip tie keeps everything in a nice, neat little package for you. All right, and back up in with the chain tensioner. Make sure you have it the right way, like so. And I'll put his 1/2-inch bolts back up in there, get them finger started. Red Loctite on them, of course. And in with the other one. All right, and with a 1/2-inch wrench, he's got his torque wrench set to 21 to 24 foot-pounds for this particular year and model. Check yours. That's a 1/2-inch socket. And he's going to get those torque down. There we go. Now he can take some angle cutters, and he's just going to, that zip tie that kept everything into place for us. Get that out of the way. All right, just cleaning up his primary here because he's got a brand new gasket. This is not a gasket you'd want to reuse. So make sure you get a new gasket. He's got his outer primary cover. And I'll go right back up into place with that. And he's just going to start getting these finger tightened. Remember, your long bolts go up front. He's got 4 of them there. He's going to start with his long ones up there. And he'll just do a few around at least to get this thing held on for now. All right, so we're going to torque this down in a sec. We've got everything finger started. We're going to show you there's a sequence that you need to tighten these down and torque them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's the sequence, guys. And so we're going to go around and do that. And he's got his torque wrench set, 21 to 24 foot-pounds. And he'll go around that exact sequence we showed you and torque all these. All right, and he's just going through, getting all these to torque specifications. All right, and because we're putting the forward shifter control, we have a big gaping hole here. Don't worry about it, it's not going to leak. It's all sealed up because there's internal tubes in there that the shaft comes through. But they want red Loctite. And then it comes with this little black cap. Again, because this is where the normal shifter goes, and we're doing forward controls now. So he's putting a little red Loctite, that's what it says. And then that should probably like glue it in there basically. And then he'll clean that up a little bit, and that is your cover where your stock shifter comes out. All right, and we're just putting synthetic, full synthetic back in here in the primary. And you'll have to check, each bike's different depending on the model and year, on how many capacities in your primary chain case. And it differs whether you take the inner. Of course, we took the inner and everything off, so it really dumped it. And make sure you have the right ounces in there. All right, so we're going to put the clutch inspection plate back on, but you see this orange gasket in here. You can replace that if you want, but we do like 10 plus oil changes without replacing those new ones. They seal up fine. Up to you. Then you're just going to get these fingers started. All right, so there's 5 of these T25 Torx bolts going to star pattern when you're torquing them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You want to tighten them down with even pressure. That's what he's doing. He's got his torque wrench set at 84 to 108. These can strip out easy, and a lot of guys over tighten them, so we don't use a torque wrench for everything, but these ones we definitely always use a torque wrench. So check your torque specifications, but most of them are 84 to 108. All right, and all those are appropriately torqued down. If you're not subscribed to this YouTube channel, you are really missing out. We have a ton of videos in the works for you guys, so get subscribed. Also sign up for the free email club, lawabidingbiker.com/email club. We will shoot you an email when we come out with new free videos. Also, do not forget to check out that weekly podcast. It's the Law Abiding Biker Podcast. It's heard worldwide. All right, peace out.